Welcome back to another episode of AOTP with Corey and Shawn. As you can see, Shawn is not here because, um, yeah, I wish we could make up a good story, but I mean, reality in this case is just dumb enough.
I just want to say, not to interrupt, but
Uh-huh.
while there may be worse ways to go, I can't think of a more undignified one than autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah, I wish it was something that exciting. I really do. But, I mean, he broke both his thumbs opening a beach chair. Like,
Now, do you understand why we?
that's his official story anyway. Looks like he's been playing a lot of video games with those broken thumbs lately. But moving on.
Certainly, in fucking people. Now, do you see why we make those jokes?
Yes. But aside from Shawn, I mean, what has happened in the past week? I know we're late on this, but that's just our recording schedule. And that it really, politically speaking, this past week and a half has been an absolute shit show. And really, it started with the debate. And what a travesty it was.
It's 3-on-1. I mean,
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, you can say what you want, and I do love it now that what is it? What's his name?
Moyer. David Muir.
David, yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, his ratings have bombed, and he's basically. Oh, and now they're putting out. Kamala has some accusations to answer to.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been.
Yeah, lots of them. I mean, in regards to the
debate.
Yeah, the House committee is investigating into the communications between ABC and the Harris campaign.
Yeah, because
the Harris campaign said, well, these are topics you cannot bring up, blah, 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 and basically laid it out for them how it was going to go, and ABC just went with it because they're little liberal fucking lapdogs like the rest of the media.
Yeah, Kamala not only knew all the questions, she pretty much wrote her people, she didn't, but they basically wrote all the questions for ABC, and then ABC went, and it was 3-on-1. And even with being 3-on-1, she still did nothing but word salad, platitudes, and fucking bullshit.
Like, that's it. Even laying it out for her to succeed as it was, and she still said nothing of substance whatsoever. The first question, are you better now than you were 4 years ago? And all she started doing was babbling about, I grew up in a middle class family. Like, what does that have to fucking do with anything? And you're lying. So, I mean, that was ridiculous.
See, that's what I thought was Trump had the most perfect opportunity on earth to absolutely just destroy the woman. If all he'd said when she came out and Trump was talking about how she's going to take guns and all this, which she said on numerous occasions. And in fact, an old video came out of her saying that not only was she, when she was San Francisco's attorney general, she said that they are going to walk into gun owners' houses and check their guns.
And just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible and safe in the way you conduct your affairs.
Yep, to make sure they're safe. But when she said that she was a gun owner, like if Trump had just been like, "Oh, really? What kind of gun do you own?"
Yep,
like just to watch her flounder. Because I guarantee you, again, if you do the paperwork, even if you don't necessarily know the model number of the gun or anything like that, you at least know the brand and you know, like what caliber it is. And I guarantee you she would have known none of that.
Well, I mean, it's not just that. Like, when the moderators, I mean, how many times did they fact check something Trump said? Even if what he said, what they were fact-checking had been debunked 1,000 times already. They debunked a joke that Trump made, for God's sakes. They were just looking for something to jump on him about. And she would come out with outright fucking lies that have been debunked time and time again.
Yeah.
And they just let her fucking say it.
Like the Project 2025.
That's one of my hot buttons, because not only has Trump come out and said, I have nothing to do with Project 2025, The guy who led the charge for Project 2025 has said on multiple occasions on many media outlets that Trump has nothing to do with it. He didn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah,
Never has.
I mean, he's not associated with it.
Are you ready? I know nothing about Project 25. I haven't seen the document. I don't intend to really see the document. And it's a group of people that got together that wrote some kind of a dream document for them.
No, he's not associated with it in any way. And yet here's Kamala on this fucking national debate. It's like, this is Trump's baby. That's what he's pushing. It's like, no, it's not, you fucking lying bitch.
I did fries.
Just the fries?
I did fries, and then I did the cashier.
But realistically, since then, the Democrats, for whatever reason, they've latched their goddamn self to this horse, and they're letting it take off, because I saw where Hakeem Jeffries just yesterday was talking about Trump and his Project 2025. It's like, excuse me, dickhead. Again, it doesn't matter how many times you say it, it doesn't make it true. Granted, there's plenty of your side fucking morons that'll believe it.
Well, of course, because they know that most of their voters are not article readers. They're headline readers.
And they don't want to educate themselves. They don't want to know the fucking truth. They want to go on good vibes.
Oh, it's what I've said from jump. Democrat voters, for the most part. Now, of course, there are exceptions, but for the most part, it's the same reason why most Democrat voters, like
all Republicans and MAGA supporters, they're all racist and gun crazy, and they just want to kill everybody, and they hate gay people.
The reason is they have to hate you. Because if you are seen as an evil, awful person, they don't have to listen or even take into account anything you say. It's like if Adolf Hitler came right here and started giving us his opinions on things, would we care? No, because we know he's a terrible, awful person. And that's why they have to see us that way.
And that's exactly how they see Trump. Fuck the fact that the country was much better under his administration than Biden and Obama and all that. Fuck it. Orange man bad because the media tells us, because he didn't run as a fucking Democrat. If he'd run as a Democrat, he would have been the savior of this country's existence.
Yes. And once again, I'm not a big Trump supporter. I think he's better than Biden, and I think he's better than Kamala, but I'm not a big Trump guy. But even I see this shit, it's pretty egregious.
Yeah, I mean, I am a Trump guy, but it's not why I feel the way I do in regards to the way the debate was handled. And since then, since the debate, he's had 2 more assassination attempts. One was on his golf course out there, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, because
that was a guy who had no idea how to even handle a gun.
Be glad to trade you some Marvin rifles, and never been fired and only dropped once.
Well, that wasn't like, yeah, the circumstances in regards to what he was doing on that golf course. They said he had been sitting in that tree basically for 12 hours, but this was an off the books thing. There was nobody knew that he was going to be golfing that day, except for the Secret Service that were directly involved in, overseeing his security. So how the hell did this guy know that they were going to be there? Granted, they shot at him and he ran off like a scared little baby.
Oh, no.
And he dropped his gun.
Of course he did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can tell this guy, he'd been told on the news that these AKs are like weapons of mass destruction. So he goes and buys one, and then the first time he even picks it up, he drops it and runs.
And this is a guy who's been trying to recruit soldiers to go fight for the Ukraine, and apparently he glad hands it with a lot of prominent Democrats. From what I'm reading.
Did you not see the record? They have his record from Act Blue.
Uh-huh.
He has dozens upon dozens of donations.
Yeah, that's it. Hell, I saw a picture with him and the White House chef of the Biden administration or something like that. I don't remember.
They got some pictures of him with some prominent Democrats.
That's it. It's like, This guy doesn't, like, to me, the first assassination attempt, that was this little social outcast who clearly had been brainwashed by everything that the media and the Democrats are slinging.
Let's play dummy sticks.
This guy he's 58 years old. So, I mean, what the hell is going on here? Because, and then what is it? 3 days after that, he's at a Trump rally that he was, I don't think he actually went to it after this. They found explosives in a car at the rally's place where it was to be held. And, like, that's what they're throwing at this guy. They're not content to drag him through the mud and try and get him put in jail. They want to kill him now. And
well, you can't. The thing is, I mean, what do you expect? I mean, when you have a media, and not only that, when you have his political opponents saying that this man is literally the second coming of Hitler, he's going to destroy democracy, destroy America, put people in camps, have people executed. When you say that he is a literal threat to democracy, what do you expect people are going to do? I mean, as much as it's awful, I can almost see it. I mean, when you have these people that feel that strongly that, and they're being told by people of authority. I mean, our president said that he needed
Trump needs a bullseye on him.
Yeah, like your own president is saying that, and you don't know anything. You don't, and all you know.
These people are clearly idiots.
They are, and they're not looking into anything. They're not trying to understand the situation. And yes, it's knee-jerk reactions, but the fact is you scare people, you tell them shit like that, they're going to take you seriously.
And all the while, they claim that Trump he's a direct threat to democracy, yet installing Kamala like they did disregarded it altogether.
Yeah, because nobody voted for her. Well, she got token votes at the quote unquote DNC afterwards.
That's it. But she never got the first primary vote. She shouldn't be where she's fucking at. Because even in, having that much help in the debate and having it basically designed to make you look better and you still look like a babbling fucking idiot, so you have no business running for president. What if we get in, these summits with the world leaders and she starts that stupid shit? And they're going to come and bomb us just for the fuck of it.
And cackling and laughing.
And who would blame them?
Well, during the Ukraine, that meeting with the Ukrainians when she started laughing at the war.
Yeah.
That was fun. Like,
Okay. A friend in need is a friend indeed.
Okay, I can first. Okay.
I can just see it. They're sitting there saying, China's talking about invading Thailand. Well, we have to be unburdened by what we're not burdened by anymore tomorrow.
What we can see, what we believe can be, unburdened by what has.
Yeah, because Ukraine is a smaller country than a smaller European country than Russia, and Russia had come over and invaded it.
And that's wrong.
But, I mean, realistically, to get to the bottom of how Kamala is, you need look no further than her recent speech at some sort of sheriff's convention where her narcissism, her separation from reality.
The role model club.
Yes. Play that on there.
I was the first person to be a woman Attorney General of California. I was the first woman to be elected District Attorney of San Francisco. I was the first person of color to be elected Attorney General of California. Whatever. First. Welcome to the Role Model Club. It's tough.
Boy.
Being a part of the Role Model Club means being in a room where sometimes you may be the only person who has had the experiences you've had.
As the first female Attorney General.
First. I'm the role model.
When you're a member of the Role Model Club, you have experiences that other people don't. And
she thought, labeling herself as a member of the Role Model Club would kill at this fucking place. And even the people that they paid to be there would not laugh at this.
Oh yeah, you can see her get uncomfortable after she says it.
Like she does the fucking worst Joker smile I've ever seen. And she knows, it's like, well, maybe that did not kill like I thought it would. I'll just back it up. But I'm still a role model. Like, no, you're a fucking babbling idiot who sucked her way to the fucking top.
What can be unburdened by what has been.
Hey, all I can say is that whether through her teeth or on her back, Kamala lies like nobody's business.
No shit. I mean, it's ridiculous. And okay, like right now, the Iranian collusion, where according to the FBI, this is not some sort of inquirer, this is not some media rag that said this. This is the FBI that has let this information out, in that Iranian hackers hacked the Trump campaign and are giving information to now the Harris campaign. That is the collusion that, as I recall, they accused Trump of when he ran against Hillary.
That is exactly what they accused Trump of doing.
That's exactly what they accused Trump of, and his accusations were baseless, and it came from Hillary's camp and were proven to be incorrect multiple times. When they, what was the Steele dossier?
Yeah,
is what they were going by.
That was where they claimed that Trump was getting peed on by Russian.
No, he was having Russian hookers pee on the beds that Obama was on.
Oh, I thought he was having them pee on him.
No, the Obamas had slept in a room in Russia, and according to this, Trump had hookers come in and pee on the beds after they slept in them.
Maybe if you get up off that crack rock, you can come and be Pepper Jack's best hoe.
And I was like, what about this fucking story makes sense? Not a goddamn thing. But, Putin, for all of his flaws, he did have the best response to that when somebody asked him about the Russian hookers. He said,
Whoa. Now, you're not just going to come up in here and take Pepper Jack's best hoe. You want this whole back. Pepper Jack needs to get paid.
We have some of the best. That's a good line.
Yeah, but it just, with the Steele dossier, it was found that it was literally, the entire thing was written by a friend or an aide or something of Hillary's. It was 100%. There had been no investigation done. There had been nothing. This was what this guy dreamed up in his head.
And the media ran with it like it was
Gospel.
A gift from God himself to set Trump's entire campaign on fire. Well, it didn't work because it was all fake. This came from the fucking FBI.
Mm-hmm.
They did the investigation. They found this out. And here is the media just like brushing it off like nothing really happened.
Well, it's because Iran very much does not want Trump in office.
Oh, God, no. He broke them last time.
And they know good and well that if Kamala gets in there, she'll lay over just like Biden has.
Probably worse.
And they'll piss in their face just like they did with Biden. And that's what they want. That's why I guarantee you China is probably actively right now trying to affect elections,
So apparently they have China and Russia doing the same on both, but both on Kamala's behalf.
Yeah.
So we don't get to hear about it.
Because they don't want Trump, because they know the motherfucker's crazy, and they know he will goddamn nuke him.
Yeah.
And they know good and well that Kamala won't do shit. And so that's why they 100%.
By God, if a fucking member of the Trump campaign got a sweepstakes letter in the fucking mail from a foreign country, he's colluding with a foreign country.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, no, they just said I win a small car from their country if I send this in along with $500.
Like, if Donald Trump Jr. fell for a Nigerian princess scam, they'd be like, look, they're giving money to foreign powers.
Yeah.
Terrorists.
And that's what the media doesn't see this. They see themselves as some sort of...
I could just see Rachel Maddow going,
she's a Nigerian princess!
Like, and he's giving her money. Like, they're going to attack America.
Like, huh. Well, whatever you say. But I mean, in all reality, this is the state of the bullshit. We're being, like, the media is forcing down everybody's throat in that Trump is the Antichrist, and somehow a fucking babbling moron, she doesn't have an original thought. She has no ability or charisma as far as, leading the country. Yet she's the fucking savior in their eyes just because she's not Trump. And these fucking people who outwardly support her, they are so fucking stupid that they don't even realize how mad they should be.
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
But she's even there. It's like, I cannot, I've said it before on many episodes already. that I cannot understand how these people are so goddamn dumb that they're following these people saying that Trump's out to destroy democracy when this fucking party and this fucking candidate, they are fucking completely disregarding the fact that democracy even exists. When, I know we're a constitutional republic, but, if they want to say we're a democracy, go ahead, whatever. But
I mean, democracy it's two wolves and a sheep deciding what's for dinner.
I'm gonna rise up, gonna kick a little ass, gonna kick some ass in the USA, gonna climb a mountain, gonna soar a flag, gonna fly on an eagle, I'm gonna kick some butt, I'm gonna drive a big truck, I'm gonna rule this world, I'm gonna kick some ass, I'm gonna rise up, I'm gonna kick a little ass, rock, flag, and eagle.
Democracy, mob rule is traditionally not a good thing.
No.
When have you ever heard a mob do anything smart or intelligent?
Yeah.
You don't.
You got Kamala pushing. That was a part of the debate that jumped out at me, that Trump outright called her a Marxist, and she didn't deny it one bit.
Well, she's not going to deny it.
She's not going to deny it.
Why would she?
She can't deny it. I mean, look at her fucking history. She's definitely a fucking Marxist. Well, she would push this country right into communism if given the opportunity.
Oh, she will. 100%. She's a big supporter of like the single payer system, which means she wants socialist medicine.
Yep.
And I'm sorry to tell you, but socialist medicine in this country, if we took 100% of every dime from every upper 1% of people we had, it would support socialized medicine for, I believe they said, 8 months.
If that.
And again, that's the top 1% of earners. That's billions, that's trillions of dollars. But it would support it for about 8 months because of our population. Like I said, everybody's saying that, socialized medicine works. Yeah, in little homogenous places like Switzerland and Finland and shit like that. But that's because we protect them and they don't have to spend money on defense. And then with Canada, when you look at Canada, you see their human rights violations. You see the obscene wait times just to see your general practitioner, and then also the crippling debt that they now find themselves in thanks to socialized medicine. It's not really the answer that people think it is.
Honestly, it's no different than their promise to pay off all student debt.
Yeah, just let that go. That won't crash the economy or anything.
No. We're just going to pay off all student debt, and according to Kamala, she's going to give first-time home buyers $25,000 in as a tax credit.
Yeah, after she raises your taxes 50%.
Yeah. So we fuck you bigger in the long run, but hey, you get that little nudge right there at the beginning of the process.
We'll give you some of our table scraps.
Yeah, I mean, and that's it. The Kamala voters are just too fucking stupid to see this for what it is. Well, she is a goddamn train wreck.
I'm a piece of shit.
Well, it's just like Obama. People don't see, well, what is this going to do for the country? All they see is free.
Obama!
You got Obama phone?
Yes, everybody in Cleveland, low minority, got Obama phone. Keep Obama in president, He gave us a phone.
He gave you a
phone?
Do
more.
How do you give you a phone?
No, get off it. Get off it.
I want free stuff.
And that's why they don't like Trump. Trump wants you to get off your ass and go to work and earn your fucking paycheck.
Socialism and communism are the two most evil ideologies that have ever been devised by man, because government theft is still theft.
And right now the Democrats have an unapologetic fucking Marxist communist.
Yeah.
As their fucking, as the face of their party.
And it will be the single most, and I didn't think you could get worse than Biden and Harris, but if you put Harris and Walz in there, that will be the single most anti-gun administration in the history of this country.
Actually, anti-American as a whole.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about with the Second Amendment, they will do everything they possibly can, because they're already talking about going around the Supreme Court in order to enact, quote unquote, assault weapon ban, which is basically semi-auto rifle ban. Even though
looks scary.
Well, thanks to the Bruin decision, like AR-15s and AKs and semi-automatic rifles are protected under the Second Amendment, which they were before, but this just made it a precedent.
I thought the whole thing was just about muskets.
Yeah, it's just about muskets. I guess the First Amendment is just about quills and ink pens, right?
Yes.
And
doesn't apply to the internet.
No, the internet,
because the internet wasn't around when they made it.
Yeah, but that's what I mean is they're already talking about what they want to do when they get in, and they are going to restrict everything they can, and they will never stop. They're going to see how far they can go, how much they can get away with before people finally say that's enough.
Well, and again, there's so many fucking stupid people out there that put them in office that'll just let them go with it. Like these are the fucking idiots that believe that the person who has been in office for 3.5 fucking years now is suddenly going to change everything she's ever fucking preached on day one of her presidential
Yeah, she's had over 3.5 years to do all the shit that she's promising to do,
and somehow she's holding it over everybody's head. It's like, I'm going to do this day one. Why aren't you doing it now? But what is stopping her from going to fucking Senile Joe and saying, why don't we fix this inflation problem? Why don't we fix the border? You know what's stopping her from doing that? The fact that she doesn't want to do either one. She doesn't want to fix inflation. Same with fucking illegal immigration.
You know what she is?
What?
She's Will Forte when he was on The Office, and he was applying for a manager job. He's like, I've got a 5-step plan that'll quadruple your profits in the next year. I'm like, oh, really? What's the plan? He's like, well, I mean, if I don't have the job, I'm not going to tell you the plan.
Yep.
And they're like, well, how do we know you have a plan? He's like, well, I've got a plan. Who would lie about having a plan? And they're like, but we don't know that. And so he's like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you step 3B of the plan. I'm like, oh, okay. And he goes, get it notarized. It's like, oh, okay. That makes sense.
No, I've never been more sure of anything in my life. I will be the new boss of Advanced Refrigeration.
So your 5-step plan has subsets?
Yes.
Okay.
And but that's what that reminds me of, is her sitting there going, I've got a plan. Well, what's the plan? Well, I'm not going to tell you unless I'm elected. It's like, but you're in office now. Like, you could do it. Yeah, but I'm not president right now.
Like, I want to be day one, I'm going to do this. Like, well, wait a minute. You're talking about fixing a fucking problem that you and your buddy Joe created. And let's not even get started on the goddamn border, where she was tapped to be the fucking border czar. That was her fucking responsibility. I know he put it on her because he didn't want to fucking do it.
And then later on, they were like, well, no, she wasn't really the borders. That's the funniest part, is they think that we forget about this shit. But he comes on a fucking press conference going, yeah, Kamala is going to be my new border czar. She's a border czar. And then the news jumps in and says, well, she wasn't really a border czar, even though that's literally what he called her.
So you're saying that the president of the United States saying it so doesn't make it official?
No. They're like, well, here's what she actually did. It's like, she was supposed to find out why the border is as bad as it is. It's like, motherfucker, like, that's your only job. Like,
well, okay, let's say what you're saying is accurate, and that was her only job, was to find out what was making it all that. What was the end game of that? Was it just to find out what
they just wanted,
what they needed to do and not do it? Or was it to ultimately fix the fucking problem, not make it worse? Or at least keep it from getting worse? She did none of those. It's gotten progressively worse since she took office. Why? Because Trump had it fucking pretty much stifled with his wall that they immediately shut down.
And also, he funded the Border Patrol and helped root out child traffickers and drug traffickers and everything else. They had record amounts of arrests under Trump.
Yeah, but these two fucking nimrods are just like, no, Trump was bad, we're good, and we're going to fix the problem. You are the problems.
That's because she wants open borders.
Like, the only way that she is going to fix the problems on day one, and she can do it, and I'll tell you how, not get elected, because she is the fucking problem, and to not elect her and let her continue to be the problem will be the only way that she herself can affect the problems in any way, other than if she's in office, they're going to get worse. Because again, that's what she wants.
That's because she wants open borders, and she's like a whole bunch of Democrats. And I will quote my good friend Shawn here: the only reason that Democrats want immigrants here, they don't want them to live near them, They don't want them to shop near them. They don't want them anywhere near them unless it's to serve them their food and vote the way they want them to vote.
This is a different Shawn, by the way, not the one whose name is on the show that isn't here.
Yeah, not thummies there. No.
Yeah, this is a different Shawn.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think we've gone long enough for this, don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, we've got what we wanted to say. Hopefully, people will listen. I mean, honestly, there's going to be those dumb fuck Democrats who will not listen to what you say, even though what we're saying is nothing, unique, and it's not even that we're the only ones who can see the situation for what it is. I mean, all you got to do is look right there. It's in the obvious, slapping you in the face. But if you don't acknowledge it, that means you're a fucking moron, and you're going to have to deal with the consequences.
I have always asked anybody who actually supports Kamala, tell me what you support about Kamala without mentioning Donald Trump.
That's exactly it. Nobody can, because you know why? That's all they got is her only qualification for the fucking job is she's not Donald Trump.
We are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe.
Take what you want. If you don't like what we got to say, tough shit. There's plenty other, idiot-leaning podcasts that you can listen to.
Tell us what idiots we are.
Yeah. Be sure, if you listen to us, like, share, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. And I think I have an X now that I set up. Also, Truth Social. We're AOTP with Corey and Shawn on all of them. Be sure and look us up. Check us out. Like on there, too. Hey, cool. We appreciate all of it. So, we'll see y'all later. See you next week.
Yeah.